Vague syllabus, close options, dynamic pattern, lowest success rate for all the known major exams in the world, diverse nature of question, factual, analytical, inferential, conceptual, current, static, diverse subjects, interposed themes, and lengthy questions at times. And if that was not enough, negative marking. They say there are 100 questions and they ask about 400 to 500 facts. And one mistake here and there, one question here and there, you are risking your one full year. I'm sure you know I'm talking about the PT examination. If you are going to give the PT examination on 25th of May 2025, it is here I'm going to bring to you something very, very special. And if you're going to give PT 2025, you may be having lots of doubts in your mind. Like, one doubt is like how to cover the syllabus. Syllabus looks very tiny, but then it's very, very vague. When to start so-called PT preparation? What's course material that I should be picking up for this? That's again a big doubt that you have got. Shall I focus more on the current or I should focus more on the static one? The trend keeps changing. What is the current trend that we have got? And then the $1 million question, how to cross the cutoff and be sure of that. Then you also have this debate of static versus current, what ratio that you should be allocating time. Also, how to revise, what techniques to use, and how to check the negative marking, because that's where I see most of the students are really worried about negative marking, and how to feel confident that all the effort that I'm mounting for the main examination is going to be actually used, all the options that I'm preparing that's going to be used, and then how to be actually, I should say, confident for the next year PT examination. In fact, these are a lot of questions that most of you are actually having in your mind if you're going to give PT examination next year. My name is Dr. A.R. Khan, and I bring to you three things. I have uh, given 35 PTs actively in my career. Probably I may be the person in the entire country which has given the largest number of PT actively every single year of these 35 years. And I bring to you three things in particular. My exposure of different segments of general studies. Throughout my career of over 3 decades, I have taught different segments of PT and have seen all my career so many thousands and thousands of students failing. I know why they fail. I bring to you first the diverse experience of different segments of general studies, which I have taught through my career, written books on them. I know why people fail. I know the reason. And it is very important to know if you don't want to fail. And third, I also know how people pass. I bring to you these three things, and I have seen some real promising students. And that really brings me to the point that I'm here. I've seen some real promising students who delay their selection, not because of anything, just because they are not in a position to clear PT at the right time. And that is basically where I come into picture. And I have seen students extremely fearful. I'll not be surprised if you're one of those, because the size of competition is very, very big as far as PT is concerned. Nature of syllabus is very vague. People quite often do not allocate proper time that is required for PT preparation. You study every day. I mean, there's not a single day that you don't study if you're working towards 2025. You study every day, but you're not sure. You're not sure that if you are really going into the right direction or not. And then you have done all what is required as you bought all the material. You have also done the coaching, but still you stay unsure. That's what most of you You have your friends, you talk to them, they also have the similar state of their mind. You have so many contradictory advices. I mean, these days, that's again a big problem that I've seen, that contradictory advices coming from the mentors, also coming from the successful candidates, that do this way and do this way. And then that makes you a little more confused. And there is also lack of consistency in your preparation. Like, you someday you go for PT, someday you go for main, someday you go for optional, and around this time, this is a very common thing I see happening. And I have spent so many decades that I have a clear idea about this PT. That a lot of students fail because they sleepwalk through their entire preparation. When I say sleepwalk, they keep committing the same mistake which they committed in the past, and then they continue repeating that. And then they suffer from multiple biases, like anchoring bias, heuristic bias, confirmation bias, so many different biases that they have got, and they are not even in a position to really diagnose that this is one problem, which is why I am actually failing repeatedly. Also, they have, I would say, in other words, they have got lack of metacognition. They do not know themselves well. So some areas which they have got strong, that keeps becoming stronger and stronger. And those areas which remained weak, that stays weak as it is. There is a sheer lack of metacognition. They don't know themselves well. Also, the studies is superficial, and the questions are quite often asked between the lines that we have got. They have got retrieval stress. Performance pressure is very high, because you know that I told you one question means one full year. So retrieval stress is there, performance pressure is there. Also, crystallization has not happened properly, because a lot of time when you mix between two options, it's largely because you would find that your ideas were like in a fluid state, your finger slips. So it is very important that you have to have the ideas that are crystallized. You also have got exam hall fatigue. That's also a very unique thing which I have noted. A lot of people in the initial space, they make good choices, right answers. But then towards the later part of the paper, in hurry or whatever they have got, exam fatigue that you call it, they end up committing mistakes. And also, there is a priming effect that I have seen that is also causing a lot of problem for the students. Priming effect is something like some people who studied something towards the end of the preparation, and at that time, they would basically not having that very crystallized. And if that is not very crystallized, one can easily understand that they quite often mix up when the choices are very, very close. In this backdrop, I bring to you a course where I would personally be doing it for you, a concept mapping for examination. I will take you through high frequency PT areas, because there are certain areas, if you look at the long-term scale, there are some areas in PT from where regular questions are coming. Your selection does not depend on those stray questions. Some stray question for you, some stray question for somebody else. There is logically expected that you will not be able to get to all those stray questions, but there are some regular area from where questions are regularly coming, and others are able to do it, and if you're not able to do it, there is a serious problem. So it is very, very important that you do some concept mapping to know those areas through the PYQs from where those majority of the questions are coming. I would also bring to you those various methods to learn facts. I would like to help you identify the mental picture method, link method, spaced revision method, so to say, self-quizzing techniques through which you are able to retrieve the information and you are in a position to really have a more precise focus on PT. What I'm going to do is that on a daily basis, live, I'm going to interact with some faculties who have got expertise of a particular domain of high frequency PT areas and get some concept cleared from them, get some clues from them that in these areas how to study. And also, I would be sharing some learning tools with you, like for different areas where you have to do some by hearting, some visualizing technique, acronym technique, mnemonics techniques, Acrostic techniques, there's so many techniques that I have collected over the period. I would like to share those techniques as to how to learn or by heart those things. Give you techniques to attempt PT. I must tell you that every year I told you that I take PT very seriously and sit down and take those questions myself every single year. I may not be knowing all the answers, but I can easily cross the cutoff by big margin because of the techniques that I have been able to develop over a period of time. I would know that which is the right answer. And I would like to personally pass this on to you and give you all the techniques that is required, like where you have got two options questions, which is where you commit mistakes. So what are the techniques to be dealing with these two option questions? How to do those intelligent guessing, but quite often is not intelligent. If you're guessing, it goes wrong. How to deal with those conceptual questions, how to really be sure of the factual questions, sometimes how to really ensure that your reading is not careless, and then sometimes when you do well left and you later on think that hey, I knew the answer, why did I leave? So I like you to make you conscious about making separate files for each one of those categories of questions and then tell you how to really go about it. I have some very special techniques which I would also be sharing as part of this course, like opposite technique, I call it. Then you got reverse in reading technique that we have got, contextual clue, that's where I can solve a lot of questions because the contextual clues that is there in the question. And this is not a course which is where you have to pay anything. Yes, you heard it right. This is a free course available to you every single day, live, 5 days a week at 9 p.m. And in this course, what I'm trying to do for you is basically take you through those high frequency areas of PT questions, from where we have got regularly questions have been coming. And after those high frequency areas exposure, you would get to know as to here are the areas from where I must be very clear, and then I ensure that I do not miss out these segments. I will talk to an expert of the field, and we have the best of faculties in the country at KSG. I'll take a session with them, and then they will get you idea about how to learn, how to understand this. And then uh, after that, I would like you to also give you an exit slip, the takeaways that you have got, which you can use for memorization and revision, that exit slip that you have every day with you. And I can promise you one thing. This will be one of the most valuable time of the day that you would have spent towards your preparation. It's something which is where you have end of the day, and then quite possibly that will be a few minutes that you spend with me live every day. They will be definitely benefiting. And it will not change the scheme of things that you have got. I don't want it to change. In fact, to carry on with whatever you are doing, spend a few minutes at 9 p.m. with me from 21st of October 2024, every single day, 5 days a week. And you would find that I will help you cross PT. I call this as PT Shala. This PT Shala, which is going to come to you on 21st of October onward, 9 p.m., where I'm going to actually focus primarily for the students. If you're one of those categories who are students who are giving first time, I mean, when you have lots of confusion, you're giving first attempt, you are my focus. If you are also, you have not been able to clear PT multiple times, of your attempts have gone, or one or two attempts have already gone, and you have not cleared PT, you are my focus. Those who are also fear PT most, even if you have cleared once and subsequently could not clear whatever, you fear PT most, you are my focus. You are also my focus if you want to revise the PT syllabus, PT related questions, and those also who wish to know the hotspots of PT, you are also my focus. So you all are my focus, and I'm going to personally take you through this PT Shala, we call it. This is reminding of my own school days in the village, where I'm going to take you through this entire syllabus in a very systematic manner, a few minutes every single day, and you would be surprised. Just in a few weeks' time, you're getting more confident. You're getting there where you want it, and then you are able to concentrate on your mains preparation better because you are no more scared of PT examination. Looking forward to seeing you 9 p.m. 21st of October 2024 in our PT Shala live at our KSG channel.